I recently uploaded a Washington travel film. If you haven't watched it, hit pause here, go watch it, and then wonder to yourself, how did Kraig shoot it? How did Kraig edit it? Well, guess what? I'm about to reveal that through this video. I shot the film on an A7S Mark II. You can look in the description for the full list of the gear that I used. I took that footage onto this MacBook Pro, made a little Seattle event, I guess, yeah, in this Final Cut X library. I've had this Final Cut X library for a very long time, and I just kind of put all my projects in here because I'm editing off of a 1 terabyte hard drive on this computer. This is the only hard drive I have, so everything I edit is short-term, quick project turnaround. I don't keep anything. Raw footage in here. I don't back it up anywhere. Simple minimalism. Okay, so as you can see, 231 clips. Yes, I went through all of these, set the ins and outs, and then just put them into the timeline. That's how I start all my projects, just the ins and outs of all of the clips, everything I might use, and then I cut down from there. What I do is I look for what's interesting to the story. I rearrange the clips until it kind of makes sense. And then I add music and fix the audio slightly just so that the beats are right. With travel vlogs and the stuff that I use, almost everything has to like kind of be cut to the music or just make sense to the pace. So much of the structure of the edit depends on the music I'm using. So where do I get my music? Wherever I want. So with my travel vlogs and my vlogs, I don't really care about monetizing it with AdSense. So I kind of just use whatever. Yes, of course, there are some songs like New Rules by that girl and Flamingos that if you put that in your vlog, it might be muted. So avoid those songs. Real talk, one of my favorite places to find weird music is Bandcamp. Always something fresh, always something new, and a lot of stuff that people just haven't heard before. So yep, that's where I get a lot of my music. And I record it with an app called Audio Hijack, and I actually bought this. I paid money for the app. So you just can record music flawlessly from any app or whatever. So yeah, I brought in a bunch of different tracks, only used a fraction of them. Classical music, some like intense music. This is like 8-bit. Random. Whatever. If you watch my vlogs, you know I straddle the differences. I go from very cinematic and beautiful instrumentals straight into stupid ass comedy, because I think the highs only look high if you have the lows in perspective. So I think pace changes are a good thing. One thing that is super important to everything I do are these audio crossfades. And yes, I know I detach my audio. It's a little different than how most people do it, but this is like OG Final Cut 7 days when your audio was separate from the video. And I just like the way this helps my brain think when it's detached from the video and I can just pull these crossfades. And these crossfades between clips are so important. It sounds stupid if you just have between clips. It helps to flow. And I think if it sounds good, it looks good. That's a Kraig Adams quote. Don't fucking use it without giving me my royalties.
What are you doing?
So classic. Can I call it a meme? I don't know if you're allowed to proclaim your own memes, but okay, fine. It's a character. That's my mom. I'm doing my mom voice, and if you watch the vlogs, you should get that. Why would you do that to me? That's not what I sound like. But let's get to the question you're all asking. Kraig, what was the pixel profile that you're using? This is the thing that everyone wants to know. This is honestly what I should title the video just to get more views. So for my PP9, it doesn't matter. They're all just slots. So it doesn't matter which number. You can set it to default and then change it. On PP9, I have black level, -15, gamma cine 2, and then some other things. I'm just going to put it up on the screen because that's way easier. But it's just numbers. You can try it yourself. I like it because it gives kind of a flat look, but then keeps the saturation and then adjusts away from the Sony green tint a little bit. But you have to underexpose. It's a bit more cinematic than standard. It's not quite flat. I think it's a good, what I call vlog cinematic. So this is an example of where I didn't do the audio crossfades, and I think I just forgot. I should have. Detach that audio, bring these out just a tiny bit on each side. This takes time, but it's worth it. It is worth it. And then once I do that, I do these crossfades to where the other one begins. Yeah, this is exciting, folks. This is where Kraig loses half of his viewership. Watch time is down. Kraig, what did... this one's a little off, but that's what we do. It makes it seem like the audio doesn't change between these clips. It makes it seem like it's a single moment, like I have a 2-camera set. It just makes it better. Let's just call it that. So this is a fun thing. I did some motion tracking with his name. I think it's a little fun. It's just what you do now. So what I actually did was I clicked this clip, I clicked this button, I did this, I went to transform, and then I started at the beginning, the first frame. This is also a little time consuming. And then I just used this finger right here. You paint this, and then I clicked the right button and then just made my little adjustments. And if you start the first clip by clicking, where is it? I don't know. There's a button somewhere for the first keyframe. It's like right here, yeah. And then you just click that, and then you keep doing that, and then making your small motions. It works. I want to do this more often. I think it's a cool way to do text, especially when it attaches to things that are slightly moving, like people here. Like I should have done it to India here.
Damn Hogwarts.
Like it would have been better if the text was moving with her, but it just takes time. Notice all the crossfades, people. Audio is very important when it comes to vlogs. Any film, and it's important for everything with the videos. Cut audio, cut music when there's like a funny moment or something like that. And then bring it back. Okay, yep, that's a good thing. Pace, you know, if you just had a single song going through, that's one way to do it. But I think pace keeps people interested. I think it's a good thing to do. That's just my 2 cents, okay? All right, let's talk about drones. So a lot of people wonder what my profile is for flying with the Mavic Pro. It's standard. It's just default. I don't change a single thing. You just have to have good lighting, good composition, go A to B. And what I mean by that is just have a spot and then go to another spot. Don't do anything crazy unless it's like a slight tilt up. That's all I'm going to allow. I'm just moving forward. Keep it simple. It's the worst when you have those little like twitches halfway through a clip. That's A to B to C. I don't want that. I want A to B. Okay? Got it? Good. So this clip looks different than this clip. And that's because, well, one, it's a different focal length. I tried to make this look as cinematic as possible to be Endor. So what do? We put a LUT on that bitch at 100%. Fuji, Eterna, whatever. I have a list, as you can see, of tons of LUTs. They all do different things. So on, off, on, off. Just makes it more cinematic, especially when you throw those letter boxes. People are like, how do you get that? It's just a PNG that I made. You can make it on any Photoshop thingy. Make it a PNG. And I actually kind of liked that LUT for a lot of things here, so I slapped that sucker on a lot of stuff. It made it just more intense, contrasty, and green. I mean, look at this difference. Like, it's a good LUT, okay? It's a good LUT. This is my favorite shot. Look at this, the snow in a rainforest. Something that you'll notice is that I'm playing music here. I've got beers then the slight dip, whenever you have some audio, some speaking, you got to hear it. So dip the music a little bit. You can hit that R tool, select, and then just drop it down. And if you're using Premiere, sorry, go fuck yourself. I'm sorry you're using No, honestly, Premiere is the same as Final Cut. Use whatever you're more used to. It's hard to break habits. So if you start on one, you probably want to keep with it. Let's talk about this drone shot, huh? So I actually reversed it. I don't know where it would show up, but I reversed the clip. I actually flew into, but I thought it'd be cool as a reveal. So I started in close, revealing that reflection, starting with the fog right there. Oh, the fog looks great. Mountain in the background. You know what? I actually did a Ken Burns as well. So I went to crop Ken Burns and I pushed in as it pulled out. So there's a little bit of a parallaxing effect, very slight. You don't want it to be too crazy, but I just think it's a really cool shot because look at the parallaxing of the mountains in the foreground. Crazy, right? Crazy. People are here for the drone shots, am I right? Once again, Kraig style, cinematic, funny, cinematic, forks, cinematic mountains, twilight, So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Kraig, why is your face not in focus? Every so often I switch from autofocus to manual and I forget that it's still in manual. So, if autofocus was on, the face detection, the little white box shows up, works so great. I'm set on wide, autofocus, great for vlogging, selfies. If autofocus was on, my face would be in focus because I kind of hold it, give it 2 seconds. I know it's engaged. Then I start talking, but it wasn't on. Fuck. Yeah. And then I like to end with 20 seconds of whatever for the end screen. And that's it. I think this vlog was a success. It was fun to capture. It didn't ruin my vacation. I only do these because they're fun. I love to look back on the memories months, years later, especially with the people that I go on the trip with. It's fun to reminisce. So I am passionate about capturing these and making them fun and entertaining because they're my home movies. I hope to show these to my kids someday. I think it'll be a fun little interesting way for them to learn who I was and what I did. So that's why I make them. I think it's cool that I can put them online and have other people that I don't know care about my vlogs. So that's fun. And the cherry on top is if sponsors want to give me free stuff, send me on trips, or pay me money to promote their stuff if it works with what I'm doing. So it's all good, right? It's all good. Going forward from here, I'm kind of getting tired of the auto exposure of the Sony cameras. I don't think they do a good job. If you're just shooting on auto, usually everything will be overexposed. And if you shoot in a room like this with white walls or with overcast skies, things will be underexposed. So the more that you shoot and edit your own footage, you start to realize how some of the choices by the camera are just wrong and you know better. So I'm probably going to try to dial in manual settings more. Yeah, and there are some other thoughts, but I want to know what you think. If I do any other future videos like this, let me know what kinds of questions you're wondering because I'm making these for you. I want you to learn as I'm growing. I'm learning these things as well along the way. I get excited. I want to share that new knowledge with you. So feed me these questions. What's good to talk about other than picture profiles? Everyone wants to know about fucking picture profiles. But yeah, thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching the travel film, behind the scenes. Many more to come. Traveling is awesome. You should try it. Thanks. Okay. Well, that's good. Let's see if the camera is still rolling. Yeah. Oh, it is. Great. All right, we can turn off this light. We can turn this light off. Oh no! Now it's so dark.